Fitness is not just a destination, it's a lifestyle. Welcome to the Unset Podcast. I'm Jay, the co host for today, and we're joined by my very own trainer, another one, Mr. Sagar. He's a personal trainer, nutrition coach with over 13 years of experience in the fitness industry. Sagar's journey goes beyond just workouts. He's dedicated to transforming lives by helping people reach their peak in physical and mental capabilities. Whether it's building strength, creating sustainable eating habits, or just figuring out how to incorporate lifestyle into their general routine and life. He combines his passion for fitness with deep understanding of nutrition, and he creates personalized lifestyle programs for his clients. So join us now where we uncover his fantastic journey and insights into his fitness career. Welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. That was really nice.
Welcome, Sagar. So I'm Sneha. Jay has taken over my podcast. This is
Okay.
actually supposed to be my podcast.
Okay, but he did it really well.
He did a good job.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show. How do you feel being on the Unset podcast?
Honestly, this is my first time, so I'm just here to have a great conversation. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
You are a social media star, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Big
You-
time.
Big time. You're a
Okay.
fitness expert, you're a social media star. So before we dive into deeper conversations, the very first thing I want to know is how did you move to social media?
So how did I move to social media? So basically, I had a fear of speaking on stage, and I had a fear of speaking in public, and I was very shy on camera. So to get over that fear, I started creating videos, and I think by doing that, it took over my this instinct or fear, and that's how I started creating content. I think I started in 2018.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And it's been so 6 years, and based on your growth so far that I've seen, it's been a good blow up. And from your initial videos to now,
Yeah.
it's a huge evolution. So how did that happen?
So that, see, to be very honest, when I started in the start, the videos were not really great because I was still learning how to shoot, how to frame, and of course the setup and the mic and the camera. But as you keep practicing the same thing again and again, eventually you learn one or two things, and that's how I think it's just observing on social media what other people are doing, and that's what actually inspired me to do better with the video creation or the content creation.
Does it put you under pressure?
A lot.
Like
Yeah.
looking at other influencers or trying to, like, do you try to compete or you want to be your best self?
Honestly, yes. If I say no, that would be a lie. But when I see other people are getting more traction than me, it does feel bad that, that you put in so much hard work and so much effort, because this thing is absolutely not easy. But again, that you have to tell yourself that, boss, this is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and you have to look at a decade at least. So I would say I started creating a quality content since 2021. So that's how I look at it. And at the end, see, the way world is changing and the way the social media is changing, I think if you're in the service industry, it's like, like a personal training, you have to be good at creating content.
But when you look at people around you, especially other coaches, it's not so easy. It's not very binary that you train someone or you're a personal trainer or you're a nutritionist. Transforming that idea of what you do on a day-to-day basis and bringing it onto social media requires a lot of work, cutting the concept
Agree.
together and, that hook that everyone talks about nowadays. How hard was that for you, or how do you process that?
It is still very, very hard, especially when you're trying to do this everything by yourself. It's really hard. I learned this eventually, that if I want to grow on social media, it has to be a team. I cannot do it by myself all alone. So I have a editor, then I have someone who helps me with the scripting, and I have someone who does market research. as in what kind of topics that I should be talking about, because I mean, with the kind of work I do, I work more than 12 hours a day. So the kind of work I do, it can become very taxing, and it becomes really, monotonous after a point. So
Right.
taking help, it does help.
So I think a lot of people look at your reels, look at your profile, and then approach you for personal training. So let's come to the personal training bit of it, which is your forte. So tell us more about tell us more about how you developed this liking towards fitness.
Liking towards fitness, actually, honestly, when I was a kid, I wanted to become an astronaut, and
Okay.
but I was also an obese kid. I started working out when I was, I think, 16, 17 years old. And I fell in love with the process in terms of how becoming fitter version of you makes you feel about yourself. I started doing that, and then I realized, oh, there are so many other people who also are looking for guidance. And I started enjoying helping other people, and see that, boss, if I'm able to help someone else get better, why not choose this as a profession? I mean, literally, the dialogue was not like this in my head back then, but I think this was my calling. I mean, there was no particular reason, but I felt that I should be doing this because, as I said, I wanted to become an astronaut. Then I wanted to become, then I wanted to go into army, and then as you grow up, things change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how I started with personal training. I started working officially as a personal trainer in 2009 December.
So 13 years of
Yeah,
experience. and
and
you've been-
actually that's official. Before that, I was working out in a local gym, and the owner itself, he told me that, boss, you're a gym rat. You're here like 5-6 hours a day. Why don't you help me with this? I'll pay you something. So those 2 hours, those 2 years, I still don't count as a official because I was not certified. I was just doing it just as a hobby. Yeah.
So me and you have had this conversation about your skill set as a personal trainer, where you've trained me, build my endurance, and we discussed how you move that onto socials. And then there's a lot more into socials, which is the funnel system that we discussed multiple times, where we've shared books. So the whole concept of turning idea into something visual, that's your reel, and from reel to trying to get clients, is that of importance for you anymore, or is this purely for free to teach others?
To be very honest, I love creating content because it makes me feel in a certain way, and it's a creative work at the end, right? So I do like talking on videos, creating content, and I think getting leads from that is just an added benefit for me right now, because I also love training people offline more than online. I tried doing online training, but it was not fun. I think I'm more of a offline guy,
In person.
in person. Yeah, I really enjoy doing that more than online.
And I think results speak for itself. He's the top trainer in the gym we train in.
I mean, of course, there are other trainers are also as good as me, but at the end, numbers speak, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's being humble.
Yes. So, giving you an example of my own self, I hate going to the gym. I go because I'm told to go,
Okay.
either by my brother or my husband. Yeah, because they have incorporated fitness in their daily life, right? It's like a ritual for them. But for me, I don't mind dancing or doing any other form of art probably, but going to the gym is a task for me. I hate it. So for someone like me, I'm not saying I might start loving it from the next day, but how do you deal with clients like me?
Actually, I have had clients like these, and after working out for, let's say, 3 months or so, they started loving working out so much that they don't skip a single day. But to get to there, like literally, I had this one girl who started coming to the gym, and our initial workouts used to be only stretching and mobility and a lot of conversations. I actually tried understanding her, what you can say, motivations, like why she's coming here and what would be the correct thing. See, there is one thing which is scientifically correct workouts, and then there is a person, then there is a personality. You have to merge those two things together and create something which will be sustainable. So on the day one, I might not give you squats, I might not even give you any kind of workout. It's just I would want you to start loving the environment, because for a lot of people, coming to the gym can be really intimidating, because there are a lot of fit people around. People lift weights, they look good, they
Yes.
walk or talk in a certain way. It can be very intimidating. So first, just come to that environment, sit there, and you will find your own voice over there. Voice as in, you will find your own vibe, more than voice, vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, because you generally tend to feel insecure looking at
Yeah.
other people, right, who are much more fitter than us or much more trained than us. It is a form of insecurity.
That's purely because we, as a human being, I think we have a habit of constantly comparing ourselves with other people. And if you're that competitive person, you are going to feel that way for a initial 3 or 4 months. But once you just find your chill vibe, man, khalas, you're gonna get through this.
I think when you feel that way, you're competitive, so you can put in the work where you're seeing it
Yeah.
and you can get close, because there's a reason why you're comparing.
Yeah.
If you didn't care enough, you wouldn't compare, you wouldn't notice those details of someone, how they're working out, how good they look, because you at some point or at that point you want to get there. And with me, what I do is, if I'm seeing someone do a perfect squat or a perfect posture, I just go talk to them and ask them, how are you doing it, can you teach me? And at that point, instantly, in like 5 minutes, I've learned something that I did not know 5 minutes before. And I think that's how me and you started talking.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, see, more than I mean, of course, this one factor is there for sure. But people feel intimidated because they don't have the clear vision. Ki baba, let's say if I want to get from point A to point B, what is the pathway? What is the program that I should be following? So lack of knowledge, even though everything is available literally for free on the internet,
Right.
still we feel that there is a lack of to fill that gap. You need a clear picture which is personalized to your own routine or your own life. Unless and until you don't have that, you're not going to trust the process and start doing it religiously.
But like coming to the previous conversation, like, yeah, you got motivated, but someone might actually take it in a negative way, like might feel too low about his or herself. So, mentally it might impact me a lot. So how can I deal with that mental issue?
I will give you an example to answer your question. If you look at any movie nowadays, there is a hero, then there is one big obstacle in his way, and then there is a guide who comes in his life after the hero has hit the rock bottom. So you need to have that guide to be able to get through this. Without guide, you will always keep revolving around the same circle. You have to trust that person, and you have to have that kind of I won't say maturity, but understanding that, boss, this is not my forte. If I don't know something, admit to that and just take help. Taking help is where most people lack, purely because, one, there is a financial aspect. Second, they don't know whom to trust. To find whom to trust, if there is no financial aspect issue, to find whom to trust, just go to the environment, spend some time, observe other people, and that's when you will know whom to trust. You can't just go to the gym on day 1 or even on day 10 and decide, boss, this is what I'm going to do, if you are a person who absolutely hate working out.
Yes.
And I would suggest, don't be stubborn about, I want to lift weights or I want to get to point A to point B in such a time. First, find your plan. As this famous scientist used to say, ki baba, first ask the correct question. Once you find the correct question to ask, you will get an answer in 2 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Einstein used to say that, right? Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
So, when we were having a chat about the show, I asked you a question that I would love for you to answer. So basically, it's like, how do you connect with your clients? What's that one thing which makes you different compared to other trainers? There are many trainers
Yeah.
in the market, right? Like, why would I come to you? Why did Jay choose to come to you? Probably. What do you think?
So there is only one, I wouldn't call it hack, but there is one simple thing to it. Become a good listener.
Right.
Whenever a client comes to you, the conversation has to be 80-20. 80% let the client talk. If it's a new client, 80% let him talk, let her talk. 20% you just reassure, that's all. And when the client is speaking, you understand the root cause of problem. Now I do something called 7 why technique. I don't really tell client that this is 7 why technique. I just keep asking why in a different form at least 7 or 8 times to understand why this person wants to achieve this one particular thing. Because people come to see, every single person who comes to the gym they have only one goal, to lose weight. But why do you want to lose weight? Why does it matter to you? If you keep asking it enough number of times, you find the real answer. Like, people are sometimes insecure, their spouses have said something to them, there is a wedding, or it's just a personal journey, some or the other thing. And I believe 100% of our decisions are driven by emotions. Once you get to know the right emotion which is driving this, you know that where to hit the nail.
So it's empathy, basically.
Yeah, empathy.
And I think even the users should do this, where if they are planning on venturing into a specific journey, it's a lose weight or gain muscle, I think the 7 whys which you just mentioned is a great way for anyone to start off.
Agree, but for this you need someone else. You can't really, I tried doing this with myself, and see, there is a voice in our head, right, which is constantly, it's like a tape recorder. And it shuts off only when there is someone else is asking you these questions. You need to find someone trustworthy who won't take advantage of that information, and just trust them.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Sagar. I think we should follow you on your socials. All of us should follow you on your socials so that we can learn much more beyond the fitness aspect, the mental health, how to take care of the mental health as well. And thank you so much for being a part of this journey.
Most welcome. I think we still have time, right?
We have a lot to go.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a pleasure coming here. Thank you for inviting me.
for-
And I think we should do this again sometime.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. We should
Yeah.
dig deeper into other aspects of wellness and fitness goals and all of that. There's lots to talk on.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Done?